Imagine this, it's your wedding day and everything is perfect. The venue is gorgeous, your friends and family are there, and you're about to marry the love of your life. The last thing on your mind, a prenup. You're thinking, why would I want to talk about divorce or finances on the happiest day of my life? But here's the truth. A prenup might just be the best wedding gift you could give yourselves. Yes, you heard me right. A prenuptial agreement. It isn't about anticipating failure. It's about laying the foundation for a strong, transparent, and financially secure marriage. Just like estate planning helps protect your assets after you're gone, a prenup helps protect your future together. In fact, a prenup can actually bring you closer. Because let's face it, nothing says I trust you like having an open conversation about money. So let's dive into why a prenup is the smartest, most loving thing you can do for your marriage, using a few celebrity examples to make it real. Why a prenup? A prenup is a legal document that outlines how finances will be divided if the marriage ends, either by divorce or death. And here's the hard truth. Everyone has a default prenuptial agreement. Yes, you heard me right. If you don't sign a prenup, you have the prenuptial agreement the government wrote for you, and you're not gonna like it. So instead of taking the government's agreement, take control. Now, a prenup might sound unromantic, but stay with me. It's actually a form of financial intimacy, a way to create trust and transparency right from the start. You see, money is one of the leading causes of marital problems. You and your partner likely have different financial habits, debts, or even future inheritances. A prenup brings all of that to the table, creating a clear agreement before life's complications start to pile up. In the same way you plan for your estate to protect your loved ones, you plan with a prenup to protect your marriage. Let's look at Mark Zuckerberg and Priscilla Chan. It's not public knowledge if they signed a prenup, but even more interesting, they reportedly signed a relationship contract before they got married, which included everything from financial agreements to how much time Mark would spend with his wife each week. Let's talk about strengthening your marriage through transparency. One of the most beautiful things about a prenup is that it forces you to have real conversations about money before you get married. And I don't just mean who's paying for the honeymoon. I mean deep conversations about assets, debt, savings, and spending habits. Couples who are able to talk openly about money from the beginning build stronger, more resilient marriages. You're both going into this with your eyes wide open, knowing exactly where you stand, and that's powerful. Let's talk about Justin Timberlake and Jessica Biel. Reportedly, they have a prenup that includes an infidelity clause, which means if Justin were ever unfaithful, Jessica would receive a significant payout. That's pretty dramatic, but it is a good example that reminds why a prenup can be tailored to fit your unique relationship. It's not just about splitting assets, it's about agreeing on what matters to both of you. In their case, it's about accountability and fairness, ensuring that if the trust is broken, there are clear consequences. But it's also a safety net, giving both partners financial security no matter what happens. Let's tie this into estate planning because the two are more connected than you think. When you create an estate plan, you're making sure your loved ones are protected after you pass away. You're deciding who gets what, how assets will be distributed, and making sure the people who depend on you are taken care of. A prenup works similarly. It ensures that if the unexpected happens, like a divorce, you and your spouse know exactly how your assets will be divided. Without a prenup, the state decides for you. And trust me, their idea of fair might not be the same as yours. If you're coming into the marriage with significant assets, family heirlooms, or even a business, a prenup can protect those. It ensures that what you worked for stays with you and your family, which is critical if you have children from a previous relationship or want to keep certain properties in the family. A great example of this is Kim Kardashian and Kanye West. Before their marriage, they both had substantial wealth and growing businesses, so they signed a prenup to protect their individual fortunes. Kim reportedly gets $1 million for every year they were married, capped at $10 million, plus she keeps any gifts Kanye gave her. Their prenup helped avoid messy disputes over assets when they got divorced. And with estates like theirs, you can see why having everything outlined in advance made a world of difference. They were able to protect their personal and business wealth, keeping their finances and brand identity secure. So what about everyday families who don't have Kardashian wealth? a prenup can be even more helpful if you have less assets, because it will save you on legal fees down the road. Next, let's talk about planning for children and future generations. For many couples, a prenup isn't just about the two of them. It's about their kids and future children. You might already have children from a prior marriage, or maybe you're planning to start a family together. Either way, a prenup allows you to protect assets for your children, ensuring they're taken care of no matter what happens. Without a prenup, assets can get tied up in long legal battles, leaving children in financial limbo. A prenup guarantees that there's a plan in place, whether it's about inheritance or specific property divisions, so that your children's future is secure. In the end, a prenup isn't about expecting the worst. It's about preparing for the unexpected. It's about having those difficult and necessary conversations up front so that both partners feel secure and protected. Just like estate planning ensures your legacy is protected, a prenup ensures your marriage has a strong, secure foundation. It's a roadmap for navigating the bumps in the road that life inevitably throws us. And it's one of the best things you can do for your marriage, not just financially, but emotionally. So whether you're a billionaire tech mogul like Mark Zuckerberg or an everyday couple building your life together, a prenup is a smart, loving step toward a future built on trust, transparency, and security. It's not about love or money, it's about both, and making sure your marriage thrives, come what may.